What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Got a couple of really interesting Berry Magician Girl duels for you guys to check out. This is not just your standard Berry Magician Girl deck. As you guys can see in the opening hand, we got ourselves some Dragonic Diagram, which is kind of cool tech. The thing about Dragonic Diagram is it allows you to run the True Kings and Berry Magician Girls, and there's actually a lot of natural synergy. A lot of the Berry Magician Girl cards and some of the other cards that work with the archetype can actually float upon being destroyed by a card effect. Apple Magician Girl is like a prime example. This is like a recovery card. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target up to 3 other Magician Girl monsters with different names in your graveyard, add them to your hand. You can basically use this card to like summon the Fire True King, or you can use it with Diagram and you just recover all your resources. This one right here, kind of the same deal. And you guys will see exactly what I mean throughout these duels. So, first duel is against Yugioh, a deck that I would not go first with, but that's just personally me. He did open up pretty good. He has that copy of Slow Life, and he has Desires. So, yeah, Quiet Life, excuse me. He's got Quiet Life, he has Summon Limit, and Ash Blossom. So, basically, you only getting a couple of summons in this turn. Either you're going to get a normal summon, and that's it, or you're going to get a couple of special summons, and that's going to be it. This guy is definitely looking for that lockdown. The thing is, Berry Magician Girls, they can just start pretty slow. This card right here, Berry Magician Girl, she is so good as a monster. Basically, she can easily be a +2 if your opponent doesn't know what she does. You summon her, you can summon, or you can basically Rhoda for another Berry Magician Girl monster from your deck. And if she's attacked or she's targeted with a card effect, you shift her to defense mode, and then she summons one of your other Berry Magician Girls. Usually, you want to go for like Chocolate. I think that that's pretty much like a good follow-up, but sometimes you might actually want to go for different ones. So he was it with Ash Blossom, or she was it with Ash Blossom. He is going to go here, and he is going to try to attack her. That's going to prompt her to switch to defense mode. He's going to summon a Kiwi from the deck. Going to go ahead and use that copy of Heavy Dust Storm to get rid of those Floodgate cards, and he's okay because he still gets rid of both monsters. I think it's fine. Both Yugioh are going to bounce. He has another copy of Effect Failure, and he is going to make a mistake here. Anyways, Diagram is actually going to pop the mana, and this is what I'm talking about, where you can pop your Magician Girls, and you can kind of just summon cards. This one summons Dark Magician Girl from the deck, so it's actually a pretty good play there. He's going to go for another copy of Diagram. Then he's going to pop the Apple Magician Girl, and now she's just going to recover all those other Magician Girls from the graveyard. He's going to summon Berry. This was a mistake. He uses Effect Failure trying to stop her surge, but all she has to do is shift to defense mode, and boom, she can kick in her second effect, and she can basically just summon a monster from the deck. Even though her first effect will be negated, it's fine because she's still getting a +1 anyway, so you really didn't accomplish what you wanted. Now he's going to summon the True King of Fire. I believe the Apple Magician Girl, not a hard once per turn. She can activate again. Now he can activate that Kiwi Magician Girl. He can pitch her. He can crank up all his Magician Girls on the field by the amount of Magician Girls with different names on the field and in the graveyard. Obviously, these things are like super powerful now. I mean, even Little Berry Magician Girl is at like 1900 attack. And this is obviously going to be an easy OTK. This deck can summon True King of all Calamities too. I don't think you guys will see it in this duel, but you guys will see clearly an opportunity in this second duel to summon it. So second duel is against BLS. He is opting to go first. The reason that I don't know if I would go first with Berry Magician Girls is because I think your turns will end up looking like this, where you're just summoning Berry and then you're not doing anything else. And honestly, I'd rather just let my opponent play, and rather than just like kind of do this a mediocre play. Anyways, let's see what his opponent's going to do. He probably is going to just randomly attack into this. I mean, you got to read these cards. People just constantly attack into Berry, and then she instantly like +1. Now, he is going to kill her, but that's not the point. The point is you don't want your opponent to get like set up here, because now he has Dragonic Diagram. He can stop, or he can like pop the Apple on field and then get the Berry back to his hand, and you know, just kind of go from there. He doesn't do that play specifically, but he is going to do some other plays. He's going to use the True King of Fire, activate the Apple, recover all his Berry Magician Girl monsters, and you know, now he's able to get in a good amount of battle damage. His following turn, I think, will be a little better. He's just going to go ahead and summon Link Karibo and pass. There are a lot of level 1s in this deck, so you do want to run some rank 1s, and I think that that would just be like Relinquish Anima, cards like, Link Karibo, stuff like that. Book of Eclipse was used to just try to stop the opponent from attacking. He's going to go with this copy of Dragonstorm Return. This is going to bring back one of his True Kings, so it's not bad, not bad. Now, I think he misplayed here. He should not have summoned Berry Magician Girl to this column. You guys will see why in a second. He should have summoned it to one of these outside columns. This is another card that he uses in this deck called Apprentice Piper. This card is super spicy with Dragonic Diagram, right? You guys will see why. So basically, you pop it with Diagram, and you add any of your True King monsters from your deck to your hand, and then your apprentice gets to kick in, and he gets to special summon any monster from your hand. So basically, you just summon any True King that you just search off Diagram. It's actually a pretty nice combo. Now, he is going to be able to do some battle damage here. I believe Gaia is going to come out because of the BLS. But yeah, the reason he should not have summoned Barry Magician Girl to this column is because now he's not going to be able to make True King of all Calamities. If he's making True King of all Calamities here, I think the duel honestly just ends. I think his opponent is not going to be able to do anything. He doesn't run any like generic rank 2s. He runs a bunch of 1s, so he didn't have any generic rank 2s to go into, so that, you know, I don't know why he doesn't play like Underclock Taker or something, just giving up the Berry Magician or giving up the Apple, but whatever. His opponent is going to try to fight back with the BLS once again, probably banishing a couple of cards, although last turn that kind of hurt him because of the Dragon Storm, but I don't think it's actually going to make that big of a difference this time. The Apple is going to summon Chocolate. Chocolate's just going to summon another monster. This is why you got to read these cards, because if you recklessly attack into these Berry Magician Girls, a lot of them have floating effects where they'll summon other monsters, so you generally like don't want to attack these things even though they don't have the greatest stat lines. Once again, he's going to activate Diagram. He's giving up his copy of Piper from the field. That summons the True King of Water. Well, he adds it, then he special summons it, and now he's gonna go for the BLS Link monster, saying, look bro, I'm the BLS master here, and that is basically a wrap. So he's able to easily clean out his opponent. Let's pause for one quick second and check out what this crazy deck looks like on paper. Alright, so this is what the deck looks like on paper. You guys can see there's a good bit of everything in here. We got some True Kings, we got some Berry Magician Girls, we also have some non-True Kings and Berry Magician Girls with cards like Apprentice Piper and Witchcrafter Golem Arles. We talked about this one we showed the combos with Apprentice Piper. Basically, pop it with Diagram, special summon any monster in your hand. Obviously, you can special summon the True King that you just searched with your copies of Diagram, so it definitely makes sense. You can also summon your copies of cards that might be bricks in your hand, like your Dark Magician Girl. It can also summon Witchcrafter Golem Arles, which is a 2800 beater that can bounce your opponent's monsters. So it is an excellent card to actually just summon off your hand. This is an interesting card right here. This is Different Dimension Deep Sea Trench. What this one does is you banish a water monster from, I believe it's your hand, your field, or your graveyard, and your targets are going to be the Water True King and then your Chocolate Magician Girl. Then when this card is destroyed, you get to summon one of your banished monsters to your side of the field. You can obviously destroy it with your Dragonic Diagram, so that's obviously a way of being able to get use out of that card. I think that Kiwi Magician Girl is interesting. She's basically like a hand trap. You can discard her during a player's turn, and then she makes sure Magician Girls go up by 300 attack per every Magician Girl in your field or in your graveyard that has a different name. This card can also be recovered with, well, it can be recovered with Apple, but also it can be recovered with this card as well, Guidance of Spell Salvation. This one actually adds a spellcaster effect monster from your graveyard to your hand, which is basically everything in this entire deck that's not a True King. So you get a lot of value out of this card, being able to add back your Golem, being able to add back Kiwi to use her effect again as that hand trap. It definitely just makes a whole bunch of sense. The rest of the deck, I mean, I would definitely say probably need some fine tuning. If you guys are wondering why cards like Disciples and stuff are in here, I mean, you need some other cards that are not maybe necessarily, True Kings. I would probably just play True Kings, honestly, and not even worry about like any of the Draco spells and traps, but it is technically a way of like being able to recover them. I would probably adjust the trap lineup like significantly, maybe even a spell, but I think the pure concept of True Kings and Magician Girls actually does work. So you guys let me know what you think in the comment section below.